Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a warm greetings to all. Today I will explain to you about the teaching and learning approach for this course, QMT 213E, Digital Audio and Video. Throughout the semester, you will be provided with 5 tasks. From these 5 tasks, you will learn the content and concepts related to this course, meaning that no lecture will be provided. The lecture will be covered by the content that we have structured in Google Docs, including the additional resources or references provided, such as Udemy videos, PDF files, YouTube videos, websites, ebooks, and others. This approach is a self-regulated teaching and learning approach that promotes 21st century skills by incorporating active learning strategies in online learning. From the learning theory point of view, this is actually a social constructivist approach to teaching and learning. We call this learning strategy as Explore, Engage, and Reflect strategy. Each group will be assigned with one Google Drive folder. We will be using Google Docs as the asynchronous computer-mediated communication tool. The Google Docs was developed by incorporating the learning materials. So what you need to do is go to the Google Docs provided and start learning on your own with all the contents provided in the Google Docs. In the first phase, that is Explore, read the questions. Second, read the summary provided and visit the references. The reference lists aim to provide additional information to students who wanted to learn more about the subtopics. So, I strongly suggest for you to not only read the summary, but also go through the additional resources as well. In the second phase, that is Engage, you will be required to communicate with your friends. That is, I call as peer interaction. A guide on how you can conduct peer interactions will be provided later as a reference. Finally, in the third phase, that is Reflect, after the peer interactions, you will later be required to write a collaborative reflective writing on what you have learned. Again, a guide on how you can conduct the reflective writing will be provided later as a reference. So that is the overall view of the 3 phases, that is Explore, Engage, and Reflect. This Google site will be your main reference on the online interaction, reflective writing, and also the overall instructional flow. Please always refer to this Google site. So now I will explain in detail what you have to do. First, in the Google Docs provided, please type in your name and Gmail address. You can see there is an indicator for online or peer interaction that says that individually, with a frequency of 1 to 8 post comments, with at least 15 reply comments, you will be categorized under the low category with 2 marks. Next, with a frequency of 9 to 15 post comments, with at least 20 reply comments, you will be categorized under the moderate category with 4 marks. And finally, with a frequency of 16 to 25 post comments, with at least 25 reply comments, you will be categorized under the high category with 6 marks. Also note that you are allowed to use acknowledgement of opinion and off-topic for online interaction. However, all of the post and reply comments awarded for these marks will exclude both acknowledgement of opinion and also off-topic. For example, like, yes, I do agree with your opinion, or exactly, I think so too. Next, you have to read the instruction provided in the Google Docs. And then, at the Explore stage, you will have to read the questions, followed by reading the summary for each questions, meaning that I provide questions or prompts, and I also provide the answers for those questions in the form of a summary. So please read the summary for question 1, question 2, question 3, 4, and 5. For each questions, we provide to you additional references or resources. For instance, you can access videos from Udemy, where I have paid and subscribed for this online course, that is the Complete Video Production Bootcamp course. In order to access Udemy, the Complete Video Production Bootcamp course, please Google Udemy platform and log in using the above username and password. I bring to you the professionals to teach you about video production. Once you have logged in, click My Learning. It will bring you here, and please select the Complete Video Production Bootcamp course. You can find the related videos on the right side of the course. Apart from Udemy videos, other additional resources can be found in the Google Docs and also ebooks in Google Classroom. After you have read all the summaries for all of the questions, next, you have to engage with your group members by adding and replying comments in Google Docs. Your online interactions is called as peer interactions. No problem if you want to add comments while reading the summaries. Please watch this video later on how to add and reply to comments in Google Docs. You have to utilize the comment function in Google Docs in aiding you to interact with your group members. This strategy is actually meant to trigger your reflective thinking. Each comment will be stamped with the name of the author, the date, and time it was written. From peer interaction perspective, the students can be said to improve their own reflective and critical thinking abilities by giving comments to their peers. Students will contribute 2 types of comment. First, the initial post, and second, the reply post. The initial post will be the first comment indicating your reactions towards the highlighted part of the summary, whereas the reply post will be the subsequent comment that responded to the preceding comment. There are 10 types of online interaction that you can use while commenting or interacting with your peers. Please refer to the guide provided in Google Docs. While interacting with your friends, from time to time, you may wish to consider maintaining a personal learning log as a form of individual reflection. Maintaining an individual learning log is a simple and straightforward ways to integrate content, process, and personal insights. The objective here is that short, frequent bursts of writing are more productive over time than infrequent, longer assignments. However, note that this is not a requirement of the course, meaning that no marks will be given for this, but merely a strong recommendation, as you can use it as a supplementary material for collaborative reflection later on. You can find the log at the end of each Google Docs task. So, as a conclusion, we call this learning strategy as explore, engage, and reflect strategy. So that is what you have to do in the explore and engage stages as explained earlier. Later, you have to write reflective writing collaboratively based on what you have learned from the activity. This will be explained later. Now we have to focus on the explore and engage stages first, on the peer interaction or online interaction, and also your individual reflective writing or your learning log. Although it seems a bit messy at this initial stage, I believe you will get used to it later and see the benefit of this approach. Make sure that you are committed with all the tasks provided, because you will learn the content of this course through the tasks, and you need to master the content because there will be a test towards the end of the semester that will contribute 10% towards your final grade. So that's all for now. You may start to explore the Task 1 Google Docs, and therefore, thank you.